Did you break your phone? Look at that little thing.
Yeah, that was there.
Oh, I think we're live.
Oh, hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about the circus. I am so sorry that we haven't been with you since last Monday. And if you remember, Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly went to the circus. Well, when we left off, they had just walked into the tent. Now, let's kind of recap a little bit. Oh, I lost my list of the children that came, but that's okay. I think it's over on the table. Let me think. No, it's not the tablet. Never mind. We can just improvise. I know that Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly, I remember this much, were able to invite 2 children each. So now Mommy Piggy and her sister Petunia had 6 little boys and girls that they took to the circus. Wow, that's a lot of boys and girls to look after, because the circus tent is great, big. And it's called 3-ring circus because this is the first ring, and this is the second ring, and this is the third ring, and there's something different in each one. So there might be elephants over here walking around and lifting up their trunks and everything, or there might be horses over here and clowns in the middle. And then up here on top, there's a big trapeze, and people are swinging back and forth. And it's just, you just look all over the place like this, and you just don't know where to look next because it's so exciting. And then here comes a man selling popcorn, and here comes another man selling peanuts, and here comes another man selling cotton candy. And oh my gracious, like, you just don't know where to look. Well, Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly, and Sadie Skunk, and Frankie Fox, and Allie the Alligator, and the Little Bad Wolf, they were having such a grand time. Oh my goodness gracious. And all the other little boys and girls that they knew were there too, with their mamas and daddies and their grandmommies and their grandpuppies, and they just were having all such a good time. Well, this went on for probably at least almost 2 hours. And oh my goodness gracious sakes, I just can't tell you, boys and girls, how much fun it was. Well, pretty soon their tummies was full of popcorn and peanuts and cotton candy and cold drink sodas to drink, and oh my gosh, they were just going, oh, and they were sitting there on the little seats, and they were just going like, oh. So Mommy Piggy says, well, the circus is over. What did you boys and girls think of it? Oh, we just loved it, Mommy Piggy. It was so much fun. Thank you for asking us to go. She says, well, you haven't seen anything yet. Did you notice that there was rides on the outside of the ground when we walked into the tent? There was rides over there, Ferris wheel and merry-go-round and everything. So I thought, since the tickets came with 2 free rides, that we could all pick out 2 rides. And I'm sorry, but they have to be the same ride. So all 6 of you have to go in the same ride. So you're gonna have to kind of, let's compromise and see who wants to ride what. And so they all got in a group, and they, well, I don't want to do that. Well, I want to do that, but
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, did you boys and girls decide on what you want to do? Yes, Mama Piggy, we decided. First of all, we want to go on that ride called Slingshot. It goes swee, 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 all over the place. And Mommy Piggy says, now, I think there's probably a little line drawn on the beginning where you have to be at least that tall. I bet you, but we'll go and see. We'll go and see if there is a line on there. Well, sure enough, boys and girls, of course, there was a line, and Piggly was up to here. Okay, here's the line. So Piggy was up to here. Here's the line. Piggy was here, and Wiggly was here, and Squiggly was here. Now, Allie the alligator was here.
Oh.
Little Bad Wolf was here. Sadie Skunk was way down here. And Frankie Fox was about this tall. Well, that only meant that two of them could go on the ride, and they all had to go together. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, let's go over to the merry-go-round. That's for sissies and little babies. And Mommy Piggy said, I don't think so. This merry-go-round is from the circus, and it's special. They walked over to the merry-go-round, and oh my goodness gracious, they looked around. Do you know what the merry-go-round had? Now, boys and girls, you remember that most merry-go-rounds have horses, and maybe a couple of times they might have a giraffe or something. This merry-go-round, ay, 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 ay. You get on an elephant. You can get on a camel. You can get on a great big tall giraffe. This had all kinds of tigers and lions. It had everything from the jungle. The jungle is just like the woods, only it's even more dangerous. Oh, I have no idea what you're saying.
Bears.
Bears? Well, I suppose. Bears don't grow in Africa, but
Fox?
foxes don't grow in Africa either. So, let's go back to the story here now, boys and girls. Okay, concentrate. Well, they all got on the merry-go-round, and this was a different merry-go-round, and they were just thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to ride? What am I going to ride? And they ran all around the merry-go-round trying to find what they wanted to ride the best. And Mrs. Piggy was laughing, and her sister Petunia was laughing, and they just thought that was so sweet. Okay, so they go round and around and around and around, and the music was going, and they were going up and down and around and around and up and down and around and around. Well, the music stopped, and the ride stopped, and they all got off, and so Mommy Piggy says, okay, now what's next? What did you think of next? Well, can we go on those things that look like swings that go back and forth and back and forth? And Mommy Piggy said, oh, children, children, I know that's going to have one of those signs again, and you know that only two of you were able to go. Okay, Mommy Piggy, I guess we'll go do the Ferris wheel. She says, now, wait a minute. She says, I don't think you noticed the Ferris wheel when we came in the gate, but I noticed the Ferris wheel. And her sister Petunia says, so did I. You children just wait until you see it. Oh, my heavens above. This was a great big Ferris wheel, and it was a double Ferris wheel. So here was this one, and there was that one, and here was this one, and there was that one. Oh, my gracious sakes. Oh, my God. So Piggy, Wiggly, Squiggly, and all the rest of them, can we ride that big tall one? Can we ride the big top one? And as they were watching it, all of a sudden they went, here was going like this, and they went shoop, shoop, and they went down and around, and they shoop, shooped again, and they went shoop, shooped again. Oh my gracious sakes. Never have I seen a Ferris wheel like this, and probably never one had been invented, but it was a good Ferris wheel. And over they went, they ran, they couldn't wait to get on the Ferris wheel. So, 3 of them got on the bottom one, and 3 of them got on the top one, and 3 of them, and they were waving to each other. And then they flipped, and they were waving to each other again. Well, this was a ride. It lasted 10 minutes. That's unheard of. Ferris wheels just don't last for 10 minutes. The kids, boys and girls, they got off. Ooh, they were going, they were getting so dizzy. Oh my gracious sakes, they were so dizzy. Well, it was time to go home, and Aunt Petunia got in the car, and all the boys and girls got in the car, and Mommy Piggy says, now wait a minute. And she stood up and she looked around and she says, okay, I'm going to call names. Answer here. Raise your hand if you're here. Piggly, here. Wiggly, here. Squiggly, here. Allie the alligator, I'm here. Frankie Fox, me too. Sadie Skunk, wake up, Sadie Skunk, are you here? Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Little Bad Wolf, are you here? Boys and girls, is Little Bad Wolf in the car? Oh my gracious sakes, now what are we going to do? All right, wait a minute. You all sit here. Aunt Petunia, you stay here with the boys and girls, and I'll go look for Little Bad Wolf. So she gets out of the car, and she hadn't even taken 5 steps yet away from the car. And here comes Little Bad Wolf running as fast as he could. And he says, I'm so sorry, I'm late. I'm so sorry, I'm late. I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm late. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, get in the car. So he got in the car. She says, okay, now we're all here, right? Nobody left. Okay, let's go home. So drive, and they went home, and she took Sadie Fox to her house, and she took Sadie Skunk. She took Frankie Fox to her house. She took Allie the alligator down to the lake, and she took, I think Rocky Raccoon was there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yes, I forgot about him. Well, I told you, GrandMommy's not too forgetful. Anyway, she took everybody home. But now she didn't take Little Bad Wolf home because she still didn't know where Little Bad Wolf lived. But she knew that Farmer Brown probably knew. So she stopped at Farmer Brown's house and she says, Little Bad Wolf, I'm going to let you off here at Farmer Brown's house. Now you have a good afternoon and come back and play with Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly anytime you want. And he says, thank you, Mrs. Fox, or Mrs. Lordy. Thank you, Mrs. Piggy. GrandMommy's a little out of tune today because it's been a whole week since we did this story before, so give GrandMommy a break here. Well, they all go home, and Aunt Petunia, she goes on home, and the boys were so tired, and they just, they could hardly eat their supper. They were so tired, so up to bed they went. Well, the next day, all the little boys and girls came over to the house and they said, let's play circus. And Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly said, well, we got a new idea. We're thinking about maybe running away and joining the circus. What? You can't do that. Shh, shh, shh. We don't want Mommy Piggy to hear us. Now, don't you think that we could run away and join the circus? We could be clowns. We could ride the elephant's back. I bet you, nickel, we could get up there on those trapeze things and swing back and forth. Wouldn't that be fun? We could run away and nobody would know where we were. All right, boys and girls, to be continued.